All right, we're in section 11.1 where we are going to find measures of central tendencies and dispersion. So, chapter 11, we're going to be dealing with statistics, and by definition, in those there are numerical values that helps us summarize and compare sets of data. Most commonly used form of statistic is being able to find the measures of the central tendencies. Central tendencies are broken up into three main values. Those values are going to be the mean, the median, and the mode. All right, the mean is like the average, the median is directly in the middle of the data, and the mode is the most frequently used piece of data. The measure of dispersion is a statistic that tells how dispersed or spread out the data values actually are. Uh, we're going to look at finding standard deviation, which measures and describes typical difference between data values and the mean. We're going to look at outliers. We may not necessarily, we're not going to look at the actual calculations of outliers, but we can um, show you like how they're used, or at least what happens with different values of the central tendencies if you do in fact have an outlier. So the first thing we're going to look at is how to measure the mean. So measure the mean. Mean is denoted by X with a horizontal line over top of it. And essentially what you're doing is you're going to add up all the values together in the numerator, and it's going to be divided by how many numbers there are. Okay. To find the median, it says if you have n numbers, is the middle number when the number is written in order. So remember, you're going from least to greatest. If n is even, so if you have an even number of data, the median is the mean of the two middle numbers. Okay. The mode is um, when you have n numbers, it's the one that occurs most frequently. There may be one mode, there may be no mode, or there may be more than one mode. All right. There is no mode. Do not write 0 because 0 is a possible number. So keep that in mind. All right, so what we have here, it says the data sets shown are quiz scores for two different biology classes. They want us to find the mean, median, mode of each of the data sets. So first off, let's take a look at class A. So what I'm going to do is right off the bat is I'm just going to write the values in order, but so to find the mean, you're just adding up those numbers. So the values that are in order, I think, oh, that's really nice. They already put them in order. So it's going to be 15 plus 17 plus 17 plus 17 plus 18 plus 19 plus 21 plus 22 plus 25, and it's all divided by, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 9. So add all these up, you get 15 plus 17 plus 17 plus 17 plus 18 plus 19 plus 21 plus 22 plus 25 is what, 171. Divide that by 9. I get 19. So my mean is 19. All right, so now to find the median is I'm just going to use this data here to kind of help me out. So I have 9 of them, so it's going to be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 18's the number. You can rewrite it if you'd like. And then I just look here, the one that occurs most frequently is I see that 17 is there 3 times. So mean is 19, median is 18, mode is 17. Let's look at class B. So if you have the data up there, it's written as what? 16 plus 18 plus 19 plus 21 plus 21 plus 24, no, 22, sorry. Plus 22 plus 22 plus 24 plus 25. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 of them. So I got 16 plus 18 plus 19 plus 21 plus 21 plus 22 plus 22 plus 22 plus 24 plus 25 is what, 210. Divide that by 10, I get 21. So my mean is 21. And again, looking at this, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These two are the middle, so I gotta take the mean of that. So 21 plus 22 is 43, and divide that by 2, and so I get 21.5 is my median, and it looks like 22 is the most recurring one. So mean is 21, median is 21.5, mode is 22. All right. So how do we find standard deviation in a data set? All right. So this is the sigma notation for standard deviation. Um, this particular formula looks really daunting. Really what you got to do is, first thing you got to do is find the mean. You got to find the mean first. So find the mean of the data set. So add up the values, divide it by the number of values in the data set. Once you've done that, what you're going to do is you're going to take each individual um, piece of data. So like you'd start with 15, and then you're going to subtract it by whatever the mean was. And then you're going to square it. And then you're going to add that to the next value, subtract it by the mean, square it, and you keep doing that until you're done with the pieces of data. It's going to be divided by the number of pieces of data, and then eventually you're going to take the square root of it. So, looking at this piece of data, we have values of 15, 17, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, and 25. So to find the standard deviation, the first thing you got to do is you got to find the mean. So the mean here is going to be, let's see here, it's going to be 15 plus 17 plus 17 plus 17 plus 18 plus 19 plus 21 plus 22 plus 25, and that's going to be divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I got 15 plus 17 plus 17 plus 17 plus 18 plus 19 plus 21 plus 22 plus 25, and I get 171. Divide that by 9, I get 19. So my mean is 19. So in order to find the standard deviation, it's going to be equal to, in this case, you're going to go, all right, now I'm going to take the first piece of data, which is 15. So I'm going to take 15 minus 19, square it, plus the next piece of data, which is 17, 17 minus 19 squared, plus 17 minus 19 squared, plus 17 minus 19 squared, plus, so I got 1, 2, 3, so I got that. So now I'm going to 18. So it's going to be 18 minus 19 squared plus 19 minus 19 squared plus 21 minus 19 squared plus 22 minus 19 squared plus 25 minus 19. That gets squared, and then all of that gets divided by 9, and then I'll, I'll enlarge, uh, I'll make this extended a little more because it's the square root of everything. So now I go over here, so 15, let's go. So 15 minus 19 is negative 4. Negative 4 squared is 16. So I got 16 plus 17 minus 19, negative 2. So that gives me 4. So it's going to be 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 18 minus 9, negative 1. Negative 1 squared is 1. Plus 19 minus 19 is 0. So it's 0 plus, so I get what? 2. So it's 4 plus I get 3, which is 9, plus I get 6, which is 36. So sorry, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm just making sure I had 9 pieces because that's what I have here. So I go over here, add those together. So I get 16 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 1 plus 0 plus 4 plus 9 plus 36. 78, divide that by 9, so I get like 8.67. But if I take the square root of that answer, I get something close to about 2.94. Okay. The range here, range, all you're going to do is you're going to take the largest number and subtract it by the smallest number. So the largest number was 25. The smallest number was 15, so the range in this case is 10. Standard deviation is 2.94. Okay. All right. If you need to, if you're interested, I'm more than happy to do example B. If you want to try it on your own, um, I'll just give you a hint. The answer is about 2.6. So if you didn't get that, double check. If not, leave a comment. I'm more than happy to work that out if need be. All right, so here has some various directions. The first thing that it asks is it says the winning scores for the first 9 games of a soccer season are 3, 4, 2, 5, 3, 1, 4, 3, 2. All right, so it's asking to find the mean, median, mode, range, and standard deviation of the scores. Part B says the winning score in the next game is 9 and it is an outlier. Find the new mean, median, mode, range, and standard deviation of the scores. Uh, which central tendency does the outlier affect the most? Which measure of the central tendency does the outlier affect the least? And what effect does the outlier have on the range and standard deviation? So the first thing we're going to do is look at the mean of the scores. So, so I'm just going to say, all right, we have scores of 3 plus 4 plus 2 plus 5 plus 3 plus 1 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9 games. So we divide that by 9. When you add them all together, 3 plus 4 plus 2 plus 5 plus 3 plus 1 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2. I get 27. Divide that by 9 is 3. So the mean is 3. Um, looking at the median mode, if I go in order here, the least number value is 1, comma, so I get 2, comma 2, that's twice. I got 3, comma 3, comma 3, that shows up 3 times. 4 shows up twice, and 5 shows up once. So because it's 9, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's right there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is our median and it is also our mode, so it's the same value. Range is going to be 5 minus 1, which is 4. Standard deviation here is going to be, um, so I look at the first one, so it's going to be what? 1 minus 3 squared plus 2 minus 3 squared plus 2 minus 3 squared plus 3 minus 3 squared plus 3 minus 3 squared plus 3 minus 3 squared plus 4 minus 3 squared plus 4 minus 3 squared plus 5 minus 3 squared. And that's all divided by 9. So taking care of this, I get what 4 plus 1 plus 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 1 plus 1 plus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Divide that by 9. 4 plus 1 plus 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 1 plus 1 plus 4 is 12. Divide that by 9 is 1.3. Take the square root of that 1.33. So I get about 1.2 as my standard deviation. So I got 1.2 there. My mean was 3. My median was 3. My mode was 3. My range was 4. Okay. So, what we're going to do here is, uh, again, if you want to look at the work for part B, when you add that 9 to the score, you are going to get a value of 3.6 as the mean. All right. Again, if you want me to show you the work, I'm more than happy to do so. The mean and mode don't change. They're still both going to be 3. The range is going to be now 9 minus 1, which is 8. And again, if you want me to do the standard deviation, I'm more happy to do so. But when you do all the calculations and stuff like that, it turns out to be 2.1. So looking at the answers from part A from the previous page, you get 3, 3, 3, 4, 1.2, and then the answers here I get 3.6, 3, 3, 8, and 2.1. So to answer the question, it says which measure does the outlier affect the most? Um, you could say that the range was a big change here. I would say probably the range. Which measure does this affect the least? Well, since there were no change to the median and mode, I'll say median and mode. And it says, what is the outlier's effect on the range and the standard deviation? Both measures increased. And that is being able to um, find measures of central tendencies and dispersion. Hope this helps. Till next time.